what wanderers from other worlds have told me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. A chronology of mysterious events tells us that in past centuries, there have been cases of people claiming to come from countries and cities that never existed on Earth and speaking unknown languages, raising even more questions from local police. Who are they? Travelers from parallel universes, visitors from the future, or just another crazy people? Although I wouldn't be so quick to jump to conclusions. Today we will get to know some of these strange stories. Don't forget to support the video with your like, subscribe to the channel, and here we go. The story of Jofar. In 1850, a strange man named Jofar Vorin appeared in a small German town near Frankfurt. This story is described in John Tims's The Book of the Year on Facts in Science and Art, 1852. Tims wrote, "In late 1850, a strange man appeared in a small town in the Lebas district near Frankfurt on Oder. No one knew where he came from. He spoke German with an accent and looked European. He was questioned by the mayor of Frankfurt. The stranger said his name was Jofar Vorin and he came from the country of Laxaria, located on the continent of Sakria. He does not understand any European language except German, but he writes and reads in the Laxarian and Abramian languages. Abramian, he says, is the written language of the clergy in Laxaria, while Laxarian is spoken by the common people. From interrogation, it became clear that his religion is the same in form and doctrine as Christianity. Laxaria is located hundreds of kilometers from Europe and is separated from it by an ocean. According to Jofar, he traveled to Europe in search of his missing brother. He was shipwrecked on the way, but could not show his route on a map or globe. According to him, there are 5 continents on Earth: Sakria, Aflar, Aslar, Oslar, and Eflar. The learned men of Frankfurt on Oder studied the stranger's words and believed him. Then Jofar Vorin was sent to Berlin. In the Prussian capital, he became the subject of rumors and scientific discussions. Friends, don't forget that your versions. You can always write in the comments under this video. Tawad Man. This and 2 other similar cases were mentioned in the book *The Handbook of Possibilities by Colin Wilson and James Grant, 1981. In 1905, a young man was arrested in Paris, speaking an unknown language. He managed to explain that he was a citizen of Lisbia, not to be confused with Lisbon, Wilson and Grant write. And in 1954, a man was detained at customs in Japan, with a passport issued in the country of Taured. But how so? There is no such country on Earth. Another story tells us that the Japanese customs officers, confused, took the strange man to an interrogation room. During the interrogation, it turned out that the man spoke fluent French, Spanish, and even Japanese. He had on him a driver's license from the non-existent country of Taured. Customs asked him to point out on a map where his country was. He first pointed to the region of Andorra, a small country located between France and Spain, but then quickly realized that his country was not on the map. An eerie silence settled in the room. The man and the customs officials looked at each other in utter bewilderment. The man said he had never heard of Andorra, and his country of Taured had been around for over 1,000 years. In addition, the man's passport had custom stamps for 5 years. He had traveled to Tokyo many times and had had no problems. Not knowing what to do, the man was placed in a room on the top floor of a neighboring hotel and locked up. 2 armed guards stood outside the door all night. The next morning, customs officials arrived at the hotel room and found that the man had disappeared as mysteriously as he had arrived. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. All further investigations into the case yielded nothing. Apparently, the wanderer from Taured simply returned to his home. All references on the internet to the man from Taured refer to Wilson's book. Wilson is a pretty well-known writer. He worked in fiction. His most famous novel is The Outsiders, 1956, and also wrote research papers on parapsychology and the occult. His obituary, published in the 2013 edition of The Telegraph, wrote that he was often criticized for his constant generalizations and his habit of quoting from memory without citing sources. Friends, be sure to write in the comments, do you believe in the existence of parallel worlds? Who liked it? Put likes and subscribe to the channel. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye bye.